Welcome back to Margaritas in Paradise. Hey, today is a beautiful day in Pattaya, Thailand. And a lot of people have asked me why I don't sit out on my balcony very much right now. And the reason why it's high season, it's tourist season. And more than likely, even though I do sit out here quite a bit in the mornings and the evenings, during the day you do have a certain amount of traffic noise and guys riding by on big motorbikes and things like that. Been a little bit lax this week. I took a trip up to Hua Hin with the guys, and we had a good time. It was just a little bit of a reset, should I say. It was just a time away with the guys. Now, I did do some videos out there, so next week and the week after that I'll have some road videos as well. But anyway, I appreciate all the guys that came up to me in Hua Hin and said hello. I'll get on to them and shout outs later on. But the main reason why we're going to talk today is we're talking about why people come to Thailand, okay? And not only why they come to Thailand, but why they come to Pattaya. I want to let y'all know that I do have this members area, and there's a link here for that as well. And it's been very successful. I really appreciate it. I'm going to throw a shout out to my current members, Matt L, okay, Enzo, A Sin, Middle of Nowhere, Stan D, Keith B, Big Slick, Florida Gator, and Paul M. And I sure appreciate it, guys. Absolutely, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Why do people to Thailand? Well, I know why they come to Thailand. I looked it up on Google. People visit Thailand for its beaches, food, festivals, history, and nightlife. And I'll tell you what, when I was putting the notes down on my paper, it was almost exactly the same thing. Tourism, adventure, scuba diving, beaches, food, festivals, history and culture, nightlife, the climate, all right. You know, the friendly people in general. People, Thailand's known as the land of smiles, and people come here because they like people smiling at them all the time. It's a happy place. My happy place. Anyway, yeah, you know, people come here for the elephants. I mean, elephants are great. You know, I just came back from the Elephant Festival up in Surin. I think 167, elephants all in one area. When you come here, are you coming here by yourself? Are you coming here with your significant other as a couple? Or maybe a group of friends? Or maybe a family? Maybe your wife and your children and a dog. Okay, so those are the type of things that I would look at. I went to lunch today, and while I was out at lunch at the small restaurant I was at, I asked several people about why they were in Thailand, you know, so just trying to get a general consensus. I talk to people all the time in the bars and things like that, and other restaurants as well. And even on this trip to Hua Hin, and seeing what the general consensus is, you know, that most people that I'm meeting at the Western style restaurants, they're all tourists. They're here for a short period of time. Let's say they're here for 30 days, a month, something like that. Some people are only here for 10 days, or maybe a week, whatever the scenario is. And those people there, you know, more than likely they're coming here, you know, for the beaches, for some type of tourist activity, maybe the elephants or things like that. And then in the evenings, they may or may not go out. And people around here, for instance, where I live in Wagmat Beach, and I talk about that all the time, right? Now, anyway, you know, we do have a certain amount of hotels in this area, but about 11 o'clock at night, this area is really dead. And, you know, the reason why is people go to bed. You know, because this isn't the bar area, but we're only 5 minutes out of the bar area. So even down by where the hotels are, if you go down to Long Beach down here or Centaur, Grand Mirage, you know, at 11 o'clock at night, it's pretty dead out. But at 8 o'clock at night, there's a lot of people moving around on the streets, going from restaurant to wherever, little night markets or that type of stuff, and they're moving around the streets. One of the other areas I wanted to mention about why people come to Pattaya. Now, Pattaya is a little bit different from the rest of Thailand, but people come here specifically for the beaches. Okay, we're centrally located in Thailand. Now, if you really want the crystal clear waters, definitely go south. Of course, Pattaya is known for its vibrant nightlife, which includes places like Walking Street, Tree Town, Soy Six, those type of things. They also are known for the Ladyboy cabaret shows, and they have them all over town in all different styles, including Tiffany's and Alcazar and places like that. And I'll put links for those in the description below. Also, this area has lots of great attractions, including Nong Nooch Gardens. They have the Ramayana Water Park, which is the largest water park in Thailand. They have 25 golf courses around here. The Pattaya floating market. So, you know, you can go to Bangkok for their floating market. You can do the one down here as well. And they have mini Siam and other places like the Sanctuary of Truth and all kinds of temples all around here for you to really check out and have a good time. Buddha Mountain, Big Buddha, you know. You could head down to Rayong or Sattahip, which is only about an hour south of here. You know, they have the Navy ships down there that have great beaches as well, and you can check them out. So there's lots to do right here. When you're looking for things to do in Pattaya, definitely use the Google search. Look for, I mean, there's a butterfly farm out here that is supposed to be really, I haven't been there, but it's supposed to be fantastic. There's a bee farm that is, somebody told me that was one of their highlights of this trip. So when you're in the Pattaya area, you can travel to Ayutthaya, which is only a couple hours away from here. You can do a day trip up there. It's fantastic. Yeah, there's lots of really good things to do right in this area. So you need to come here with positive attitude and have fun. Nightlife's a whole different story. If you came here as a couple, especially a young couple, or maybe a backpacker group or something like that, or just a single man, you're more than likely going to be here for the nightlife, where the family groups are probably traveling all over Thailand. They're probably going to Chiang Mai, Ayutthaya, and Bangkok, and Chiang Rai, and maybe Phuket or Koh Samui, things like that. The single man or the party groups, you know, if they landed initially here in Pattaya, there's a good chance they're going to stay here for their whole time, or Phuket or places like that. If they came here for the full moon party on one of the islands, they'll probably go to that island, and then whatever the support area is around that island, the major party area, they end up finding that area and they have fun. I'll tell you what, I talk to a lot of people that fall into this category, that they're coming here for the nightlife, okay? And if they're a single man or single male, retired male or something like that, you have to assume they're here potentially for a partner. So I just ask them more times than not, because I know how it was. You know, I remember when I came here. I think I told you this already, but I retired from the military. I took kind of a round the world trip. I did a lot of different things, but I ended up in Thailand. But Pattaya really hooked me, all right? And I was just like everybody else back then. By the time it was ready for me to leave, I had already booked my return trip, okay, for like 6 months later or something like that. And that happens all the time. Guys that hang out in Pattaya, Thailand for a month or maybe 2 weeks or something like that, they find out that that's not enough for their system, and they need to get back here soon. And they go ahead and plan their next visit. Now, the guy that takes a trip around the world, leaves here and plans to come back here in a month, is that guy a tourist anymore? Well, you can figure that out. So, other reasons why people come here, obviously, besides all the great beaches, and we're talking about all over the general experience around Thailand and nightlife and culture and history and the temples and going way back thousands of years, all right, things that you could potentially do. You know, I was talking to somebody that is a tourist, and they went up to Chiang Mai and took a cooking class, and they absolutely loved it. Do I think that I would ever take a cooking class here? Probably not. But after talking to them, maybe I might. You know, it's one of those things. But people come here for a lot of different reasons, you know, as well. People come here to work. Now, I've talked about this before. I would never, ever recommend coming here and then start looking for a job here if you were depending on that money. All right. If you already if you're in your home country and you're able to land a job here and arrive, find a place to stay, that sort of thing, and have a job already in place, now that's good on you. You're planning ahead. All right. But and a number of people come here as part of a family group or something. Let's say there's a Michelin plant that's not too far away from here, and you're exec with Michelin or something like that, and you bring your family over here. So, and people come here and tend to stay here a long period of time working for big companies like that. There's hundreds of other companies. That was just one example. There's other options as well. I mean, you may come here to go to school, for instance, maybe to learn a language, or maybe to learn scuba diving. You know, a lot of people do that. People come here for holidays, and they participate in different sporting activities, including golf, you know, or they may come here for a medical procedure, or maybe a dental procedure or something like that, because generally speaking, when you come to Thailand, it's going to be a lot cheaper than wherever you're from to get those procedures done. You know, people come here to retire. All you have to be is 50 years old, and there's requirements as well. And we won't go over those. You can look those up. Google it. It'll give you all your requirements for a retirement visa. All right, but maybe you're coming here because you're in love and you've married a Thai lady or a Thai guy, and you know, you can get a marriage visa and live here for the rest of your life. There are different options on why people come here. I think one of the biggest things that you have to think about when you do come here, okay, and I think it's true for especially the single guys that are coming here, or maybe the small groups of guys that are taking part in the nightlife in particular, is there's a certain amount of self-control that you have to put on yourself. Take responsibility for your actions. All right. You have to realize that there's going to be a lot of temptations here, and I know that. When I came here, I got addicted to the nightlife. Okay, I got addicted to the girls, that type of thing, and it happens to a lot of people. And the last thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to, if you're not coming here to fall in love, don't fall in love. Or don't take part in a scam where somebody's talks you into sending them money on a regular basis, like every month or every couple weeks or whatever, that type of stuff, or going out and buying gold for somebody, or a cell phone or things like that. Just don't do it, because if you're only here for 30 days, you haven't known that person well enough yet. And more than likely, even though they're telling you that maybe they love you and that type of thing, try saying no, or that you don't have the money and that type of stuff, and see if the love still exists. I want to throw out a shout out. Or someone bought me a cup of coffee, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much on that. Okay, there's a couple other shout outs. Hojo, another drink. I sure appreciate that. And Kent and Steve from Australia, and I met them at Woody's. I'll put a link in the description below, and I'll try to put a link for Woody's in here as well. It was great talking to you guys. I appreciate the drink, and anyway, it was good to meet you. Another shout out to Martin out of England. It was good to meet you. I saw him at another bar in Wahan, and then Loaf out of Switzerland. So yeah, it's great meeting people on the streets. If you see me on the street, come up to me. Don't worry about interrupting whatever I'm doing or anything. Yeah, I love talking to you. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, that you're hitting that subscribe button. Hit the little bell next to future notification of videos that are coming out. Now, one of the last things I want to mention here that we hear about all the time, I would say at least once a month, and there's certain months in the year that it happens more often during holiday seasons and that type of thing, that every now and then you hear about somebody I think that's night flight going by. I know you're not here yet. I'm just joking with you. Every now and then you hear about people that have accidentally fallen from their balcony for whatever reason, and they didn't make it. Okay, and it happens too frequently, and sometimes it's questionable circumstances. But if you're feeling down and you're thinking about something like that, Thailand does have a hotline. Okay, they have a hotline. If you dial 1323, and you can talk to somebody. I'll tell you what, it's not worth it. You know, you have to take responsibility for yourself. There's no doubt about it. But that's not the answer. And I just hear, I don't know if this is appropriate for me to even mention this here, but it's really, it's saddening. It really is. And I like to keep things on a positive note, but I want to give you a resource to be able to use if it comes to that. Anyway, that's all I have. If you can think of other reasons why people come to Thailand, and put them in the description below. All right, the Chiefs are getting ready to play, let's see, the Texans. I am praying for them. So, hey, by the way, I am going to have some videos, some street motorbike videos for Wahan coming out real quick. Make sure you check those out as well. All right.